What's going on, everybody? Steven here, and welcome back to our marathon training recap series. In this video, we are going over week 2 of marathon training. And guys, I'm excited. We had a lot of fun runs this week, and I can't wait to tell you guys about them. Just to remind you guys of the days that we run, I run on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for a total of 5 runs each week. And on Thursdays, while it is a rest day from running, we do some kettlebell strength training. Sundays are really the only days that we have full rest days on, but I might start adding the kettlebells to that day too, but who knows. But let's just dive right on in and talk about Monday's run. Monday's run was 4 miles. And yes, I know 4 miles was less than what we did last week. And you would think marathon training, you want to increase the mileage of your runs, but I knew that overall this week we would increase the mileage compared to last week, and I knew I would make up these extra miles elsewhere. Plus last week on Monday I didn't have work, and I was super excited to kick off marathon training that we ran 6 miles. And I did mention in the video that that was more than what we would probably be running on Mondays. 4 miles for the next week or two will probably be about where we stay, and then we'll kick it up to 5 or 6. But we did 4 miles at a 12:19 pace. Anywhere from 12 to 12.5 minutes per mile tends to be my easy pace. I could go a little bit slower if I wanted to for longer runs, and I could also probably pick it up a bit and push it if I wanted to, but 12 to 12:30, that just kind of seems to be where I naturally fall. And I just wanted to keep it easy because even though, like I said, this was lower than last week, I knew overall this week would be more, and I didn't want to just kind of burn myself up right out of the gate. Plus, I knew we had some weather moving in, and I kind of just wanted to save myself for some of those runs. Tuesday's run was probably my favorite run of the week. Snow had already begun to fall, the roads were covered, and this was the perfect time to throw on some trail shoes, but hit the roads, and that's exactly what we did. I threw on my North Face Vective Infinite 2s. They've got a nice 5mm lug depth, which gave me plenty of grip and traction in the snow. And yeah, I was the only crazy person out on the road besides the plows and people with trucks and 4x4s. And I got a couple stares as I drove past people shoveling their driveways, but it felt good. I mean, it felt really good. Just that little bit of snow underneath my foot on top of the cushioning of the shoe just felt solid. And I loved every minute of it. It also helped that for Christmas, my wife bought me the John G. Rain Runner jacket, and it kept me dry. It kept the wind off of me. It just performed so well, and I had a blast this run. This was another 4-mile run, this time a little bit quicker than Mondays at a 12:08 pace, but I felt solid, I felt good, and I kind of wanted to snow again. By Wednesday, the roads were cleared and I laced up to do a run that night. This run, I was only gonna do a 5K, keep it at 3.1 miles. And I laced up my New Balance More V3s, which are kind of more like a daily trainer for me now. I've worn them down so much, I got almost 300 miles in them. So they are not as just cushy and plush as the More V4s that I run in. So I kind of use the V3s as a daily trainer, which means I probably should buy an actual pair of daily trainers. And so I was gonna go just do another easy run, but I found myself kind of picking up the pace a little bit. In the first mile, we completed at 11:35 minutes per mile. And then the second mile was just a little bit quicker, and I decided to make the full 5K kind of a tempo run. And we actually really pushed it towards the end. I was actually getting, around 10, occasionally sub 10, just a little bit minutes per mile to finish out this 5K. So we finished the 3.1 miles with an 11:02 pace. And yeah, I felt really strong. I knew I could probably have given a little bit more at the beginning. Like I said, I didn't set out into this run to have it be more of a tempo run. It just kind of naturally happened. And I also knew it was gonna be a little bit of a shorter run. So I was willing to push it, knowing that, well, the next run we were gonna do was gonna be a little bit longer, and then, well, a long run on Saturday. But 11 miles from Monday to Wednesday felt really good, and I was excited for my rest day on Thursday. Not because I didn't want to run, because this week though, I bought some kettlebells and we were going to incorporate some strength workout into that, and we did. I now know I need to probably find some sort of kettlebell routine on YouTube to do instead of doing some random moves I found on Instagram. But it really felt good. I still feel it a little bit because that's just kind of how out of shape I am. And I'm excited for this Thursday to really actually get a program and kind of stick to it and see how we feel going forward. But yeah, no running on Thursday, but we did do some kettlebell workouts. So that brings us to Friday, getting closer to the weekend, getting closer to the long run. And on Friday, I had set to do 4 miles at an easy pace. So even slower than my normal easy pace, because I knew Saturday was our long run and I did not want to be worn out for that because, well, for this long run on Saturday, we were gonna go to the double digits. And that's pretty big for me. And I was a little nervous about it, to be honest with you. So Friday, we kept it easy, 4 miles at just a little over 13 minutes per mile. And it just kind of felt good. Had a podcast going, kind of found the rhythm. I find it's harder for me to go slower than it is to go faster. I can push it and then kind of walk and catch my breath and then go again. But a continual, really slow pace is just, I need to do more of it, honestly, for some more zone 2 work, but it's a little harder for me. But we kind of found a rhythm, found a good podcast, and knocked out 4 miles on Friday to get ready for Saturday, where we did 10 miles. Guys, 10 miles. We did 10 miles on Saturday for our long run. And I think I'm the most proud of this run. This wasn't an easy run, and it wasn't necessarily so much the distance. Yes, I was a little nervous going into 10 miles, creeping into the double digits for the first time in a very long time. But it wasn't an easy run because the wind was just absolutely ferocious. It felt like it was against me most of the day. And then me being a genius, I chose a route that had over 600 feet of elevation gain for like the last 3 miles. So while the first 7 were relatively flat, the last 3 were pretty hard. But guys, we got it done and we ran the 10 miles in a 13-minute, 18-second pace. I'm proud of that. I know you might see that as, wow, that's still really slow, Stephen, but guys, we ran 10 miles. I mean, if you go back to the video series before this, I mean, it culminated with a 5K run where I was literally felt like I was dying at the end. I've come a long way and I'm proud of this run. I'm proud that, one, that I did 10 miles. I'm proud that I kind of stuck with it through all of the wind. It started to rain, then it turned into snow, and none of that was in the forecast, so I didn't have a rain jacket, but we still powered through and got it done. And I did notice kind of towards the end, my hips were feeling a little tight, so I'm gonna have to look into other stretches and things I can do before we take off on another long run to hopefully loosen them up a little bit, but it was nothing that we couldn't get through. It's just a good run. It felt really good to get that done. And it really makes me look forward to week 3 coming up. Guys, I appreciate all of the support that you guys have been giving me either here or on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, the links are down below. Strava links are down below as well. If you want to see all of the runs I'm doing and even more of the analytics with the runs, hit that Strava link and follow me there. As always, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below letting me know what daily trainer I should be looking into. Right now, I've got my eye set on the New Balance SC Trainer V2s or the new Rebel V4s coming out from New Balance as well. But I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see me running in. But guys, until next time, hopefully you guys lace them up, get those miles in, get outside, and just enjoy the run.